Actually, I've just realised that the two longest poles, this is one of which, need to go at the front. That's the back. So that one's going to have to come out and go to the front. These shorter ones are a lot lighter. I've got two which are, well actually that's by far the heaviest one, that one. I can probably manhandle these other three. We'll see. Okay, this one I'm going to have to use the loader again. It's way too heavy to lift. It's significantly heavier than the others. So that's the 4 posts in. As I mentioned before, the roof's got a slope from front to back, so the 2 front posts need to be 4 metres high out of the ground, and the 2 rear ones need to be 3 metres high out of the ground. This one here is a lot bigger than the others. They average about 150 to 100 mil in diameter. This one's a bit bigger, just the way it worked out. So what I'll do now is I'll level them up and get building. Okay, so that's all 4 posts in. I'm actually pretty happy with how straight they are and how level with each other they are, considering they're not straight logs. They've all got a little bit of a weave in them. You might have seen, basically all I was doing was to level them up was holding a spirit level like that and just sighting along the edge. It's actually quite accurate if you hold your level steady enough. Put the bubble in the middle, and you can see right along the log or the post. You need to sort of go up and down as well. It's useful to line them up against trees as well, because trees pretty much grow vertical, so you can get a good idea by lining them up against the edge of trees in the background. I mentioned yesterday that the front of this outhouse, which is going to slope from front to back, was going to be 4 metres high, and the back was going to be 3 metres high off the ground. That's not the case. It's going to be 2.8 metres at the front, 2.4 metres at the back. I was getting a bit ahead of myself. My next project is going to be a multi-bay shed for storage of vehicles and firewood and other bits and pieces. And yeah, that's the dimensions of that the shed's going to be. So I was getting a bit ahead of myself. So I put some of those rocks that I collected earlier just around the corners here, just to retain that soil a little bit for when it rains. Got a string line set up around, leveled that up. That's for where I'm going to run joists around the outside. The reason I'm hitting is I'll try and catch one. The marri trees are flowering at the moment, and they attract these big marsh flies, and they bite. There's lots of them, and they really hurt. So that's that's why I'm swatting myself. They're buzzing around my legs at the moment. Anyway, so yep, rocks to retain, string line. I don't have time to put those joists on. I'm going to use some of that pine that I milled a couple of weeks ago around the outside. So the floor is actually going to be at the level of that string line. Don't know if you can see it. It's 600 mils up. It's about 600 mils up from the ground. So I run a band of joists around there, and then some intermediate joists, floorboards on top, and we'll go from there. That's all I got time for this weekend. I did get distracted by I pulled a tree stump out which was on this track. It's been annoying me because I keep running over it with my machines when I come down here, so I decided to dig that out with the excavator. Whenever you dig these tree stumps out, it always takes a lot longer than you think. You got to dig a lot of earth out to get all the roots out. Anyway, so I got that done as well, so that's another thing done. That's all I've got time for this weekend, so thanks for watching and see you next time.